Here's something lovely. A Dunedin University student is spending 16 weeks couch surfing in a bid to raise enough money for a scholarship for someone less fortunate. Tiana Fratelli, a fourth-year law and sociology student, will spend this semester sleeping on couches or mattresses in the flats of strangers. The hope is to raise around $4,000 by saving the money she would have otherwise spent on rent and thereby creating a scholarship for someone else. We sent our reporter Ian Telford to meet Tiana to find out how she would spend tonight, where she would spend tonight and how she came up with the idea.
It was just an idea as a backup for a friend who didn't have anywhere sussed for the following year to flat. And we're like, oh, just come stay with us for a week. And then we've just thought about it and we're like, if you did that consecutively over the course of a semester, you could actually, save a lot of money and do a pretty cool fundraising. So.
And from there you thought, I should do that?
Yeah, well, it was kind of in the back burner. That was in first year. So I was like, get into the swing of things first. And then now in fourth year, I was like, oh, we'll give it a go.
And your idea is to raise money for, what, other people?
Well, yeah, the idea is just that you can't, students really want to donate. People are really generous, but you just don't really have the budget to donate. But people are always able to give you somewhere to sleep or, just put one more person into dinner, essentially. And so it just saves a lot of money that way. And then, yeah, we struggled to think of what to do with the fundraising, but then we decided that a scholarship would be the best way to basically go from the students back immediately to a student. So. And
you've called this a good sort. So what's a good sort?
I need to, work out the logistics of the criteria for the scholarship, but essentially just someone who wants to get involved, it's nomination based, so hopefully people will nominate their friends or, someone who they think deserves it, someone who's really involved with the community and basically loves Dunedin and wants to come.
So you think you want to help someone else who wouldn't otherwise be able to come to Otago?
Yeah, who might be struggling. There's a lot of scholarships for academic excellence and that type of thing. But just someone who wants to come, wants to get involved, and might not otherwise be able to afford rent or expenses.
Now we're sitting on the actual bed, yeah, for this week.
Yep. This is my bed for this week.
How is it? Is it comfortable?
It is quite comfy. I can't complain.
We're in the lounge room, and this is what, your fourth or fifth?
Fourth week, yeah.
So how's it going? What's the reaction been?
I've been really blown away, to be honest. It's going really well. Everyone's just been so friendly and have just completely accepted me into their flat straight away, which, to be honest, I was expecting. This is why I knew it would work, because that's what Dunedin flats are like. Everyone just very open, very accepting, and it's just been lots of fun so far.
But you have to sleep a different place every week?
Yeah.
And you have to sleep with people you don't know? I mean, is this really that good?
Yeah, it might be a bit tough, but for now it's good. Hopefully I'll get into a routine. And yeah, everyone's just been really nice. I have known the people I've stayed with so far, or at least a little bit. And so it'll be interesting when I don't know anyone in the flat, but it'll be an experience.
When you get down to the random flatties.
Yeah, when scraping the barrel, but...
Yeah, but people are embracing this. Is there problems, though, like you have to find somewhere to study, for instance?
Yeah, but the library's always open. You tend to study at the library anyway, because Dunedin flats tend to get a bit too cold to study in your room. So I'm quite used to studying at the library, so that won't change, really.
And have you had good flats and bad flats already?
Oh, I think they'll be watching. I can't.
They might. But, I mean, is it going to be variable, do you think?
I think there will be a bit of a change-up. Yeah, there's... for instance, I'm going to a Hyde Street flat for Hyde Street, the party in a couple of weeks, and so that could be interesting. But I think there'll be a bit of a range. I think it'll be quite interesting to see, to test out a whole lot of different flats and a whole lot of different areas and kind of see which ones, it'll be interesting to see the variety, I think.
Is it catching people's imagination, this thing?
I think so. I think the funny thing is that when I talk to people, if people ask, what are you doing this semester? And I don't really have time to explain. I tend to just say, oh, I just don't really have a flat. I'm just crashing on couches for a while. And they just completely accept that as normal. Oh, I did that for a semester. Oh, yeah, my friends are doing that this year. What I'm doing isn't necessarily new. It's just a new method of, I'm just doing it for charity. So I think people are pretty open about it.
But there's an element of wanting to change the idea too that Dunedin, if you Google, for instance, Dunedin and couch, right, you get couch burning.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, I think people are quite stoked with an opportunity to show that there's more to Dunedin and more to the student community than, you know, just the couch burning thing, which, I don't know, I think Dunedin students get quite a bad rap quite often, and there's so much more down here, and there's so much more like generosity and so much more to the community. So I think people are pretty stoked to be able to show that, I think. So,
How much can you raise?
with my donations, I'll be looking at $4,000, just over. So that will be for 6 months' rent and food and power and all of that. So that'll be about $4,000.
And that's enough for a scholarship for someone else, is it?
Yeah, so that will hopefully cover someone else's rent and expenses for a semester. Essentially, it will just translate directly over. But would love donations as well to the Give a Little page. A few people have done something that was pretty cool and just giving me $1 or $2 each week that I stick it out, which, you know, is pretty good motivation.
Are you going to stick it out?
I hope so. Yep, that's the plan. If it all turns to custard, we can just donate what's happened, but like what I've already collected. But the plan for now is to stick it out all the way through, and I think it's pretty achievable.
Tiana Fratelli and her kindness, ending our program tonight, speaking to Ian Telford.